Besides trading and one-on-one battling with friends, there are a number of things that I would love to see make its way into the infrastructure of Pokemon Go already. Let's take a look.
You're watching Dynamite TV.
Stronger servers. If Niantic aims to accomplish some of their long-term goals, such as nationwide official city events, then they must absolutely invest more into increasing the power of their servers. And in consideration to the amount of revenue and profit this app is returning to Niantic and Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, I find it hard to believe that they don't have the means to upgrade their potato servers. Bill's PC storage unit. In the handheld games, there was a character by the name of Bill who would allow you to store Pokemon within his computer if your storage became too overbearing. It would be really nice to see an integration of the same sort of thing in Pokemon Go, as I imagine somewhere down the line, even a maxed out storage of 1,000 may not be enough to hold those prized Pokemon dear to your heart. And so instead of grinding them into candy, you could save them somewhere safe, where they could be accessed in the future. And just to play devil's advocate, I'm sure even an amenity like this could also be upgraded for even more space with an in-game purchase, much like the bag in the Poke-Storage. You're welcome, Niantic. Better tracking? It's no secret we're all pretty frustrated with the state of affairs regarding the targeting and tracking system thus far. And one can only hope this is merely a minor setback leading to something far more intelligent and useful. Perhaps something more like what we caught a glimpse of in the concept trailer last year. As true augmented reality becomes more accessible, I can almost guarantee we will be experiencing the game much like the individuals in the concept trailer, thanks to companies such as Microsoft, Google, and Magic Leap. Granted, the current setbacks could have been avoided if people weren't looking for any way to cut corners and exploit data in order to essentially cheat. But you know what they say, one person poops their pants and now everyone has to wear diapers. Chat system. An in-game chat system would be a really awesome feature to communicate and strategize in large areas such as parks and city environments. I could see it working somewhat like an instant message system, allowing users to save each other in a contact list, so they could then later send private messages regarding things like arranging meetups, coordinating gym raids, sharing information about where and what is spawning at the moment, and etc. I could also speculate the possibility of an open message board system or a chat room based on proximity. Say you find yourself at a park and there's 30 or so players also in the area. Everyone within the given radius would be able to read the constantly updated feed of what people may be discovering, as well as, let's say, having the opportunity to make friend requests to lock into their contact log. Rumor has it that a chat system of some kind is being developed for a future update. However, no official statement have been made thus far. Affiliate programs and monetizing. Perhaps it's only because I'm a YouTuber, and I just absolutely love the fact that this social media platform allows me to make a living, simply based upon the fact that I'm a content creator, and more so for the fact that they actually care about the people using their social platform, to a degree. It would be really great to see at some point down the road the infrastructure of some sort of monetization or perhaps some sort of affiliate program that would benefit not only the user as well as the developers of the company behind the game. Now, I haven't quite actually thought out what that might look like or what sort of avenues that could be taken to do such a thing. However, it was just a thought of mine. If you have any creative ideas as to how something like that could be done, please leave me a comment in the section below. Item dropping and gifting. Why let all those items go to waste when your bag becomes full? In Niantic's previous game, Ingress, you have the ability to drop items on the ground as a care package, so to speak. However, the kicker was, only other players on the same team as you could pick them up. If you consider the fact that all of the infrastructure and coding that made up Ingress has now been used for Pokemon Go, I can't imagine it being too difficult to patch such a feature into Pokemon Go. Sadly, I think Niantic may be more interested in you making in-app purchases before bartering and sharing items amongst friends like some sort of cashless commune. However, perhaps they'll prove me wrong though. One fail-safe in their favor could be having a very limited timer on how long items dropped are active, and once that timer is up, they would cease to be. More customization. We've seen a minimal amount of customization arrive in the recent updates, that being with the avatar and a chance to change your username one time. However, I would love to see in the future even more items to make your avatar unique from others. Not only in the default menu, but perhaps as random dropped items from Pokestops, attached to wild Pokemon, or even as rewards from defeating gyms. Speaking of gyms, it would be a cool little touch to allow users to somehow customize their high-prestiged and unstoppable gyms, like a stronghold with flags or color customization perhaps. One more fun aesthetic possibility would be the ability to customize your UI entirely, like the skins of previous generations, all the way down to the original red and blue version, where your environment on the map would be retro black and white sprites. You know, cause some of us have been captivated by this brand since it first came out in 1995. Increased dynamics on the battlefront. While I honestly will admit, I do enjoy the more fast-paced mechanics that have been developed into Pokemon Go, in comparison to the traditional turn-based style that we've known our whole life. It still seems like it might be missing something to truly make battling more well-rounded and less like pure muscle memory button mashing. Some ideas or suggestions that come to my mind might be additional moves executed with various one-finger and two-finger gestures perhaps. And as I mentioned before, we will eventually see the temporary stat boosters available to use during combat, which is nice, but what else? The concept trailer teased at the possibility of group battles where 4 or more monsters would be able to duel simultaneously. When this becomes possible though, we should already likely be enjoying the thrill of one-on-one battles outside of gyms as well. What about setting bets? Both players could ante up an amount of coins, items, or maybe even a Pokemon, and winner takes all. More items coming soon! Data miners who have taken their findings to Reddit have found dormant codes insinuating that we will be seeing a handful of new items in the hopefully near future. These items include 4 additional berries, 3 new kinds of incense, 3 battle items, and sweet honey. The 3 new berries, named Bluckberry, Nanabberry, Pineapberry, and Wapirberry, are likely to have similar effects as the Raspberry, aiding in a better chance to catch a Pokemon. However, what's not to say that perhaps one of them could make it more difficult for a notoriously skittish Pokemon to flee, like Abras for example. The forthcoming incenses are named as such: Spicy Incense, Cool Incense, and Floral Incense. It's easy to speculate that these items will have a greater chance at luring specific types of Pokemon, Spicy attracting fire types, Cool possibly bringing in more water or ice types, and Floral likely reining in grass types. As for the battle items, we see X Attack, X Defense, and X Miracle. All of these likely to be items that you would use during battle at a gym, to boost a certain stat temporarily. As for the Sweet Honey, it could turn out to have a few different purposes. Granted, this is all speculation. However, in the handheld games, Sweet Honey could be placed in a tree, and in 24 hours you could come back to check on it to find a Pokemon attracted to the honey that was hiding inside of it. There's a chance that in Pokemon Go, it could serve as another kind of incense that you can place somewhere like a temporary Pokestop with a lure on it. Of course, only time will tell when the dormant code is activated.
For more videos, subscribe here.
Items that I would love to see be implemented into the game, such as repels. Oh, how lovely it would be to have repels to keep away pesky normies for a 30-minute allotment. What's more, it would be even cooler to have different kinds of repels meant to keep specific Pokemon away, practically like the opposite of the varied incenses we'll be able to use in the future. Alternatively, it would be really cool if the repel were just an all-in-one package, and it would allow you to choose which normie to keep at bay, because, well, you know, you need all those Pidgeys. The fishing rods. I could imagine a pseudo mini-game as the operation of the fishing rod, wherein which you could only use it near bodies of water, and upon activating it, you would bring fishing to life with AR. Or if your phone is not compatible, then enjoy the glimmering pixels of a cartoon lake to fish in. It would vibrate when something bites the bait, and you could literally whip back your phone to reel it in, much like a Wii controller. Of course, also much like a Wii controller, you might want to have a strap on your phone. Or again, for non-AR users, perhaps you slide your finger downward, in an almost opposite technique as to how you would throw a Pokeball. From there, the aquatic Pokemon would be brought onto land and you would get a chance to catch it. Or it could also possibly break free of the line and chip away at the limited integrity of the fishing rod, based on what kind of fishing rod it is. And finally, I would love to see rare candies. Rare candies were great items in the flagship handheld games used to increase the level of a Pokemon. And while the level system we grew up with has been replaced with combat power, I believe that rare candies would make an excellent super rare and uncommon item drop at Pokestops that could be used to greatly boost the CP of a Pokemon using no Stardust whatsoever. I hope you enjoyed this little wish list of things that I hope to see in the future. What sorts of things would you like to see in Pokemon Go? Comment your answers in the section below and hit this video with a like. We've covered so many topics on this channel already, but maybe we haven't covered one that you'd like to see. Leave me a comment in the section below and let me know what kind of stuff you want to see now on DTV.
You're watching DemzOne TV.
And as always, thanks for watching.